Hey folks, I'm MysteriousJG and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Brave story. Or age, or something. So, our timer is not right to go after Zombie Lord, so we're going to go to the Soken, something cave palace, and we are going to take care of another unique headless guy. All headless guys are unique, and in that sense, none of them are. Yeah, actually, we've got 4 left that we can take care of now, and 2 of them are unique headless guys. Alright, thanks for applying shell, guys. It's going to be super important. Alright, so we need to take the elevator down, and then get... yeah, disused pedestal here. It's covered with dust, but I mean, we've used it several times recently. If we were just to tidy it up, our constant movements in and out would keep the place tidy. Because moving in and out of an area keeps it tidy. I guess I just meant that, like, thick layers of dust won't settle if we're coming in and using it. Alright, Baltier, stay awake. I know this isn't as exciting as a lengthy Final Fantasy Tactics battle where, you know, 75% of the battle is you've already won and are trying to steal items or turn people into crystals, but still, come on. Sorry. Picking on Ald specifically, but also just generally on how that game works. And the fact that Baltier is in the PSP version. If you were going to pick one character out of this game to put in, like just have dropped in as a guest in another game, Baltier is the one who makes the most sense. Van is so fucking bland. Is he even in those, like, Desagia, Final Fantasy fighting? I've never played those. It sounds like a wretched concept, but I'm wondering if Van is even in those. Does anybody care about Van? I almost said, you notice they did, like, they're working on, like, high-def remakes of 7 and 8, but they're never going to do 12. And I'm like, what the fuck am I talking about? I'm playing the HD remake of 12 right now. But I don't think it's Van in particular that got people excited about this. Let's put it that way.
Not your best.
Okay, apparently, I believe the traps are percentage damage based because they never really stop kicking your ass when you step on those palisade traps. At the Palisade Park. Alright. Okay, guys, I don't know which is the best, which gives you guys the most room. That seems to have worked. The ancient door is being opened. So eventually, we got to get to this room and fight a super boss in there, but I would have to look up the FAQ and see how you unlock that, because it's been a while. I believe at this point we might have everything we need to do it, but maybe we might have to go through the Ritteran Cataract first before something becomes available. Okay, we got to take out a certain number of Wendigos, which are the blue ones. But I mean, if we just keep going around in the circle here, we should find him. But this guy is going to spawn in the center, but only after we've taken out a bunch of Wendigos. Hey, we got Kaganui, which I believe is a weaker ninja blade than the one I've already got. As a matter of fact, it might be so freaking weak, it might be one of the ones where I didn't get the license for it because I saved it for the better ones. Or I might not know what I'm talking about at all. Yeah, it actually is one of the ones that no one can use. Because the only guy in our party who had a license board with that license on it was Vaughn, and I made a, I made a decision, like an informed decision, not to bother to get that because it wouldn't be his best weapon for very long at all, if it ever was. Somebody sneak up behind us there? No. So Balthier is using the Staff of the Magi. Again, I don't remember exactly how I got that. Might have been a treasure in the Crystal Maze, but it's like the best staff in the game, but it looks super silly when he's got it on his back with this giant goofy thing. Let me double check. I remember saying, yeah, Gemini Gem. There's no reason to steal from this guy. Okay. When we find him, which we haven't yet. But at this point, I'm thinking we might have already killed enough guys to unlock him. Let's get one more Wendigo to be on the safe side. They're the guys who are headless, but they're kind of not headless because where there should be a head, they've got floaty ice crystals. So it almost feels like a sort of head, you know? They've got a head substitute. So there he is. Great fight. Exciting battle. We got a frigid trophy. And by the time we get there, we'll be in the correct... yeah, we're actually going to go after Zombie Lord now because we're in the correct... By the time we get there, we'll be in the correct half of the hour on the game clock. Game clocks. Game clocks. Alright. The question becomes, would it take more time to go through the menu screen and equip everybody with our anti-trap stuff, or... and then to just run through recklessly, or would it save time to just actually try to be careful? I'm gonna try to just be careful. Red Ass got silent, who cares? I'll certainly get Vaughn through. It looks like everyone else is doing alright as well. No, Red Ass keeps setting off traps back there. Which is the way out of here this way? I knew it wasn't like the way that it seems like it would be. The door that seems to go sideways towards loot leads the exit, and the path that seems to go ahead towards progress either led to loot or was just kind of a dead end. I wonder if this thing is still covered with dust. Yep. Well, then again, in fairness, I think I had been teleporting the other, using the other one to come down more often. Alright, Zombie Lord, you felt you were safe because of your only certain clock times will spawn you trick traps, but we're coming for you. Alright, he is in the Tomb of Wraithwall. So, it says the North Fall Passage. So hopefully, once we actually get back to the Tomb of Wraithwall, that one won't be too far away. I guess we'll find out in a minute. And it does actually have a teleport point, although now that I think about it, it's entirely possible the whatever Sand Sea teleporter is closer. Oh, never mind. This is an entrance teleporter. It's not one of the ones that appears at, like, the exit of the dungeon. Hall of the Destroyer, Hall of the Sentinel, Royal Passage, Northfall Passage. Okay. I guess we just make our way up here. Assuming if we touch this, it takes us further in, not further out. I'm looking at a picture of the zombie in the wiki. It's got like a pretty cool helmet. Helmet of the Undead. Alright, so I think that's wrong. Go navigate this without messing with a lot of waystones and stuff. Remember this battle, don't you? This one's pretty exciting, actually. The like murder wall battle. I forget what it's actually called. Evil. I think it's just literally called Evil Wall. At least that's what it was in the Final Fantasy II. Which I guess is called something else if you go by the Japanese numbering, which, yeah, we probably should, but I don't. Alright. So there's, again, like, there's no reason to come back here. There's no reason you'd be exploring here. The Rare Hunt side quest is kind of bullshit. But with the aid of the wiki, we're gonna power through. I really shouldn't be bothering to fight these guys. The rewards are like nothing. At this stage in the game, the experience I'm getting from these guys is pittance. A pittance. And I mean, other than the fact that I've got the inactive party members equipped with the thing where it's slowly compiling more gold, but look at this. I always tell my minions to put commas in numbers that big to make them easier to read, but that's yeah, that's 10 million gil we've got. Like it literally, I have to sit there and like count the digits because I get all screwed up. But yeah, that's 10.2 million. Or it's actually 10.3 if you round off, but it's 10.3 million gil we have right now. So like using the cat ear hoods and stuff. I think whether I'd bought those or not, the gold economy in this game would be broken by this point. And then again, this is very much a game where you can't buy any of the super... Oh, there's the zombie lord himself. That didn't take long to find him. And from him you can steal a close helmet. Close helmet. Hold on. I did remember thinking it might be worth stealing from him. But I'm also believe you can buy the helmet that yeah, it has no special powers. Heavy armor 5, no special things that it does. Forget it, I'm not gonna bother. But I believe I looked it up and saw that you can actually get this one in a store. So after all that, this guy survived 2 additional videos past his expiration date because he only spawns when the clock is between 00 minutes and 30 minutes. And we finally find him. He just dies like a bitch. Not even a proper zombie lord. I mean, we're on pace to potentially actually finish. 15 minutes. We could, with a little bit of luck, finish these. Boy, not stealing from them needlessly is making a big difference too, huh? I really wish I'd, like, looked each one up, like, you know, whatever the next 3 or so were. Whatever I anticipated being able to deal with during the course of one video. I wish I'd looked them up to see if it was worth stealing from them. Because there's a small number that you really needed to steal from, and we wasted more time with that than I meant to. Alright, well, the next one we've got to deal with is in the Cerobi Steppes somewhere, but we got to get out of the Tomb of Wraithwall before we, you know, before that really matters. Yeah, we're almost done with this quest, guys. I'm not gonna trade in our trophies for any kind of interim rewards. I don't want to screw up the count. We need to acquire 30 trophies, and we need to give each Bang a Brother 10 to get the reward that I've kind of figured is the one I want out of all the possible rewards. And that'll be the Zodiac Spear and the Zodiac the Zodiac War Garble. That will be our reward. It's by far the simplest way to... Well, the only other way to get the Zodiac Spear in this game apparently involves entering and re-exiting a room where it has a 1% chance to appear. And I can't deal with that kind of bullshit. It's just too... At least in this one, it's like, oh, it's a side quest that you have to complete, and it's a lengthy side quest, and at the end you get a real reward. That's just some fucking bullshit. Nobody ever gets the Zodiac Spear by accident during a playthrough where they didn't have the FAQ. And when you do have the FAQ, you're sitting there wasting... Not that I'm not completely above it. I used, like, super secret techniques to spawn the level 99 red chocobo and then accidentally saved over the footage. Which is why you guys, you know, if you really want to see it, you'll have to look it up on YouTube. Somebody else's walkthrough for that part. But, yeah, I mean, like, coming in and out of a room, like, hundreds of times, waiting for a treasure chest to spawn, not knowing exactly where it's going to be if it does spawn. Nah, no. So it is the Cerobi Steppes is going to be close to I believe it's close to the port at Balfenheim, also the Tichta Uplands, so I'm not sure which one will really be the most efficient. So it has it's one of these ones that just has a 40% chance of appearing on a specific screen, and it's this screen. So we just got to get up there and... Yeah, I mean, if I'd organized this by location, which I didn't, because I was working with an HTML FAQ and not like, I mean, it's not like I had an Excel spreadsheet where I could have sorted different ways. But if I'd really organized this, there certainly are some places where we could have gotten more than one hunt per trip to an area, because I'm pretty sure we had a different rare hunt around here somewhere at some point. It'll be okay, folks. We're almost done. Cheers to anyone who stuck with me. If you didn't, and you're planning to come back when this portion is done, well, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter what I say now. You're not going to hear it anyway. You big wiener. Yeah, this is becoming my forgotten Let's Play. I don't know anybody who's watching this one anymore. I mean, it gets views now and then. I don't get comments at all recently, so I'm not sure who's watching this Let's Play. I'm having fun with it. I'm enjoying this Let's Play, but yeah, I'm not getting a lot of regular feedback on this particular one. There's a couple of Let's Plays I got going where I don't have tons of views, but the people who are viewing are speaking up pretty regular. This one, People are pretty quiet. It's alright. Anyway, there's the, there's Blue Sang, who is, in fact, the rare hunt that we gotta deal with. You guys take him out so that he'll stop distracting Van, who has no way to hit him unless I change his gambits. Yeah, come on over here, buddy. Get out of those trick traps. No reason for you to be in there. Alright, we got a cruel trophy. Because apparently that guy is like, you know, cruel. Now these, oh, we're filling this thing up pretty good. These, rare hunts do have special little speeches here. So, oh, maybe they don't. I thought they did. We just beat a guy who does not seem to have showed up here. I thought they would show up, huh. Oh, they're really not showing up here after all. Maybe the, oh, here they are, the rares. Dullahan is so cool. Dullahan so cold and so wicked, it is said that his very blood runs blue. Glacier. Coming to WCW. Blood runs blue. Alright, so we got one more. Do I have enough time to get in this video? Yeah. Let's try. And he is at the Zeratan Cavern. So what's going to be the fastest way for me to get to a teleport stone? Probably come back the way I came. Oh, actually, you know what? We can use these little, I haven't been using them at all. We can use the airship as well as teleporting. I don't think that will force us to continue the plot. If it does so, I guess we'll learn that now. We haven't really ever had control of the air. This is one of those games that gives you control of the airship when the game is 90% done. And in this case, you don't really get to fly the airship around. The airship is like Final Fantasy X style, where it's just a series of menus. Board the straw? Yes. So now we can go to... This is how the story continues. We go to Ritterana Cataract. But where we want to go is actually Zeratan Caverns. I don't know specifically what screen this guy's on, which maybe I should figure out before we... Nah. We'll just go. Now there's no cinematic from us boarding this airship for the first time in a million years worth of plot. Anyways, so this guy, this last rare mark is we need to have a chain going. Oh, this one might be a pain in the butt, actually. Oh, fair enough. He's the last one that we're doing for a long time. He's going to be in the Undershore, which is this screen here. Okay. So they say we need to get a chain of... So that's actually... We picked the right place to come to get in there. So we can chain in there and then come in here. And the player should do this by going near an exit and then heading back towards the center of the room. Okay, so we have to kill... We have to get a chain of 12 Malekiths, and the 12th one has to be killed in this room. Huh. Okay. This might take more than one try if we get confused, and by we I mean me. But yeah, this is going to be one of the. It's one of those. There's no way that you would ever be able to pull this off without the fact deals, and that's okay. We're used to that at this point. Are you guys really mad about how we've been beating up your brethren, the headless guys? So you guys have heads that are just not very big. So you feel a connection with them. Basically, no, they're just big, beefy melee guys. That's why I think of them as being connected with the headless. You don't see a lot of enemies with either of those designs that are doing lots of magic attacks in this game. They're pretty much guys with big fuck-off HP counts and fuck-off melee attacks. Hey, those were Malekiths. Is that what we're supposed to be fighting? Oh. It says Malekiths or shambling corpses. Okay. So the main thing is don't kill lots of different enemy types. Well, this video might go long as we try to do this right, but he drops Behemoth Steak. Let me double check and make sure that's not. It doesn't sound like something that isn't valuable, but in fact, oh, he uses it to make X potions. That's fine. That's fine. Whatever. And lots and lots and lots of enemies can be defeated to get it. So it is the common drop of behemoths, but you have a 3% chance to steal it from this guy, and 97% chance to get nothing. Alright, so this video might go a little long, but it seems like we're just about to get done with this whole thing forever. So let's get done with it forever. Just gotta be real careful of any enemies who aren't Malekiths. Looks like everything is Malekiths here. So far, anyway. Yeah. That's 8. Nobody appears to have auto cure poison going. You are not a Malekith. We are going to stay away from you. I'm at 8. It would be a good idea to have like 11 before we go in there if possible, apparently. It's 9. So I don't think it specifically has to be Malekiths, it just has to be a chain of 12. And these are the logical enemies to go for. So we'll just be extra careful to make sure we don't accidentally kill a turtle. I'm sure All Dragon will appreciate that. Somehow, not sure if he's still watching this LP. Maybe we'll just go kill a turtle on the way out to be just jerks. But no, we specifically don't want to kill that one turtle guy because it'll mess up our chain. Don't know what other enemies might appear around here. But we need to get sort of to the far left part of this room. Thinking now we might not want to kill any more of them. Although honestly, chaining over 12 can't. I can't mess it up, can it? Got a magic lamp. Why don't you come with me, little girl, for a magic carpet ride? Well. And a balance moat. I feel like I've completed the conditions as I understood them. Okay, player must build a chain of 12 blah blah blahs in the undershore area. It is not necessary to leave and re-enter to trigger the appearance. One must simply scroll its spawn point off the mini map. Okay. So I do need to kind of start to leave and then come back. Now we should be there. There we go. Alright. Good stuff. So he absolutely doesn't have anything we give a crap about stealing. Doesn't look like he's going to last long enough to be a threat. Let's just be done with this. Dropped a decent amount of gil. And we got the Fell trophy. And perhaps more importantly, we only got 2 more rare game trophies we can get, and I can't get either of them until we advance to the next area. So I feel like I have a decision to make about whether we're going to go for our clan primer hunts that are left to be done, because we've got a few of these that we haven't done yet. We got a tough decision to make about when we're going to deal with these. Do we want to do them now, or do we want to just get going with the next main plot zone? Because then we can come back, finish those hunts, and have another set of hunts to do too. I'm not sure how I feel about this. We'll definitely be more powerful if we come back, at least a little bit, because I love the Zodiac spear. Just in case Alda's watching, we'll spare that turtle. But if he doesn't come back and say something in the comments, I'll come back off screen and kill 1,000,000 turtles. How about that? Anyway, alright, let's get out of here. Still haven't decided if I'm going to go straight to story now, or to just finish the remaining Clan Centuro hunts. But whatever I do, I got to make a decision about it before this video will be public. So I'm not throwing your thoughts, but I'll have to make a call without you. So I'll just make my way back to the. I guess I'm actually going to start using the airship as a way to fast travel, which Maybe we should have been doing... Oh, you know what? It's actually faster to get to... to the village of Helmet Head guys. So we'll do that. It would be if I could remember how to get there at least. Alright, so we're calling it a video. I am leaning towards doing some hunt missions just because I have enough time during this play session to get a few hunt missions done, and then the next time I sit down and have like a lot of time to just do a big long play session, I can kind of start a play session with a whole bunch of plot ahead of me. So I'm thinking next time we'll probably be doing hunt missions, but again, I guess you won't know for sure until you tune in to the next video. I hope you do, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.